Magandang araw sa ating lahat. I am RB Alvarez and I am going to discuss to you the ethical theories, specifically utilitarianism and Kantianism. My learning objective for today is first, we need to define the ethical theory. Second, discuss the different ethical theory. Third, compare and contrast utilitarianism from a Kantianism. So without further ado, let's dive deeper to our discussion. So like what I have mentioned earlier, our first objective is we need to define what is an ethical theory. But before that, let's take a look in this picture. In the picture presented, there are two persons telling that it is a 6 and someone telling that it is a 9. So sino kaya sa kanila yung tama at sino kaya sa kanila yung mali? So both of them are correct. Why? Because people has a different perspective about the right things. Ano po? Formed by their culture and by their environment. So when it comes to an ethical theory, it tells us that it is a branch of philosophy that deals with moral behavior and decision making. But in a layman's term, ethical theory refers on the things right and the things wrong, or the good things and the bad things that help people to decide in the different form of situation they experience. So ang ethical theory, nakakatulong ito sa mga iba't ibang tao sa paggawa ng decision na kanilang gagawin sa iba't ibang sitwasyon. So maraming uri ng ethical theory, but ang napunta sa akin ay yung utilitarianism at Kantianism. So let's discuss what is a utilitarianism. So a utilitarianism is a moral theory that advocates action that foster happiness and oppose the action that cause unhappiness. So basically, kapag sinabi natin utilitarianism, ang most ina-advocate nila ay happiness, common good para sa lahat. And ayaw nila ng action na magkakos sa kanila para sila ay hindi maging masaya. Aside from that, utilitarianism promote a greater amount of good for the greater amount of people. Ulitin ko lang, greater amount of good for the greater number of people. So, like for example, isa kang estudyante. Isipin natin na isa kang estudyante. Ayan. Alin kaya yung gagawin mo dyan sa dalawang yan? Ang mag-aaral or magpa-party? Kung ikaw ay matinong estudyante, pipiliin mo yung mag-aaral. Pero hindi naman natin sinasabing hindi matino yung magpa-party. Pero kung isa kang utilitarianism, ang pipiliin mo ay yung magpapasaya sa'yo. Let me ask you this. Alin sa tingin nyo din, kung babalik kayo sa ating kabataan, alin yung pipiliin nyo din dyan? Yung mag-aral kayo or umattend ng party? So siguro ako, kung babalik ako sa kabataan ko, ang pipiliin ko ay yung mag-party. Kung isa akong utilitarianism because it's bring me happiness. Likewise, in a real scenario of it, imaginein mo, dahil mga science teacher naman tayo, naging isa kang successful doctor in the near future. May 5 kang pasyente. 4 doon ay may malubhang sakit at yung isa doon ay may sakit din katulad ng 4, pero siya ay mas matindi, may COVID, ganon. Sino sa 5 na yon ang ililigtas mo? Yung 4 na may matinding sakit, or etong isang may matinding sakit na din tulad ng COVID at plus COVID yung ililigtas mo? Okay, so ang pipiliin natin doon ay yung alin? Kung isang utilitarianism, pipiliin mo doon ay yung 4. Kasi sabi sa utilitarianism, it promotes the greater amount of good for the greater number of people. Pipiliin mo yung mas madami na matutuwa sa iyo kaysa dun sa lesser na people na hindi makakapag-cause ng happiness, kasi 4 minus plus 1, 5. So kung ililigtas mo yung isa, may 4 na mamamatay. Sabi dito, ang utilitarianism nagpo-promote ng greater amount good for the greater number of people. Ano? So, para ma-promote yon, piliin mo yung mas gusto na nakakarami. At dito, sa utilitarianism, kino-construct nila or yung ini-aim nila ay for the betterment of the society as a whole. Tinitingnan nito yung kabuuan or common good para sa lahat. Pipiliin mo yung mas marami or yung apat na yun kaysa dun sa isa na may sakit plus COVID pa. So, yan ang utilitarianism. Ulitin na lang natin, utilitarianism, promote a happiness and avoid an action that can cause them to be unhappy. So, what is a Kantianism? Kantianism is the reverse of what? It is a reverse of utilitarianism. A Kantianism, people have a duty to do a right things even if it produces a bad result. So, bumalik tayo sa senaryo kanina. Sa Kantianism, pipiliin natin yung tama daw lagi kasi may choice tayo na piliin yung tama. Kahit anuman yung maging resulta nito. Piliin daw natin yung lagi yung tama. Bumalik tayo sa sitwasyon kanina na meron tayong 5 pasyente at isa kang doktor. Yung 4 doon ay may sakit. Sabihin na nating ubo. At yung isa doon ay may sakit plus COVID. Ito, yung kulay orange. Ngayon, kung Kantianism ka, pipiliin mo yung tama lahat. At isa kang doktor, ano pipiliin mong tama? Bigyan sila ng equal treatment para yung 4 na yon ay makaligtas at matanggal yung sakit. Kasi dito, ano man yung mangyari, pipiliin natin lagi yung tama. We always choose or we have a right to choose or duty to choose always what is right rather than the common good of others. And that is the Kantianism. So once again, when it comes to utilitarianism, it focuses on the happiness of the larger amount of people. But in Kantianism, proposed by Immanuel Kant, it focuses on the things or on the duty to always choose what is right. And then lastly, here is my assessment question. What are the main difference between utilitarianism and Kantianism in their approach to ethics and how these differences influences their perspective on the moral decision making? Second, how can ethical theory help healthcare professional navigate moral dilemmas in end-of-life care? Then lastly, how can ethical theory can be incorporated to the field of education? So here is the other video that support our learning in this topic.
How much money should be spent on reducing air pollution? The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, tried to answer this question with a cost-benefit analysis. It asked how many lives would be saved by cleaner air, and how much was each life worth. It set the value of a life at $3.7 million, except for people older than 70, whose lives it valued at only $2.3 million. Lying behind the different valuations was a utilitarian idea. Saving an old person's life produces less utility than saving a young person's life because the young person has longer to live and therefore more happiness still to enjoy. Advocates for the elderly did not agree. They protested what they called the senior citizen discount. What do you think? Was the agency right or wrong to assign a monetary value to human life?
If If a sinister-looking man carrying an axe knocked on your door and asked you where your best friend was, would it be morally acceptable to tell a lie? Immanuel Kant, surprisingly, thought it wouldn't. The example of the would-be murderer is his. Tell the truth is what Kant called a categorical imperative, an absolute duty, one without exception. It applies to everyone, whatever the consequences. In fact, Kant argued that if you told a lie which, by chance, led to the axeman finding your friend, that would be on your conscience. So if you tell the axeman that your friend is not in the house when he is, and your friend then sneaks out the back door and bumps into the axeman, anything that then happens is, to some extent, your responsibility. But if you told the truth, then the consequences for your friend, no matter how grisly, should not be on your conscience. This brings out how different his moral stance was from utilitarianism, the philosophy that you should do whatever brings about the greatest happiness. A utilitarian would think about the consequences of telling the truth or of lying. In contrast, for Kant, some actions were just wrong, even if good consequences might flow from them. This is known as a deontological approach to ethics.